Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by again. Today's video is not a new series. It's not a sidestep from a series. Let's mark this one up to like Saturday morning programming. Let's call this informational and educational, or educational and informational. And with that in mind, a lot of people have asked me, what is an ABS win? What are you talking about when you say I hit a one $500 single ABS win or a double or what, or I'm positioned for an ABS? Everybody asks, what is an ABS win? It's an acronym for Accelerated Betting Schedules. I consistently nowadays play a progressive hopping system or strategy with a minimum table pass line wager. And when I talk about progressive, I mean martingale. Not like a martingale bet on a field or a martingale bet on a single bet. A progressive system is a multiple bet. And it's just like a martingale. And we'll look at this. This is roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if roll 1 loses, roll 2 wager shows a profit, but also covers your first bet and allows you to start the martingale or progression over again. Okay? So none of these bets really reflect any actual bet. It's just kind of out there. It's a double odds or whatever it is. But as roll 1 goes, let's say you wager $10 to actually profit $5. So that would be, you would win $15 on a $10 bet to profit $5. Now, and then you would just bet it again. So on roll 2, let's say you miss roll 1. Roll 2 is a wager that covers that wager plus what you've lost, and to give you X amount of win, again, $15, to profit $5. And again, if you miss that one, you go to roll 3, and roll 3 bet covers these to get you back to 1, but still a profit of $5. So win, this is wager, win, profit. Wager, win, profit. Wager, win, profit. Wager, win, profit. Wager, win, profit out of your win. The profit comes out of your win. Now, none of these are on scale or anything. It's just kind of a theorized play, okay? Now, if you have a consistent progressive or martingale system that you know will win in 3 rolls, okay? So you would go lose, lose, win. But you still only win $5. Any one of these wins along the way is going to be in that 3-roll sequence is going to win you regardless. As long as you stay within the sequence, it's going to be a $5 profit. So if you win here, $5. If you lose and win, you win, but you profit $5. So you try and keep the profit consistent across the wagering, the scheduled wagers for the progression. So win 5, lose, win 5, lose, lose, lose 5, lose, 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 lose 5, win 5, lose, lose, win 5, lose, win 5. Got it? So it doesn't matter where you are on the progression, you're always profiting from your winning wager. You're profiting X amount of dollars, plus you're covering any substantial or any past losses in the system, and then brings you back to roll 1. I guess that's a martingale in a box. Same with the progressive strategy. So now, if you know you can win in 3 rolls, accelerated betting would be 3 bets. So bet 1 loss, bet 2 loss, a single jump. You would take roll 3 out of the factor and you would jump to roll 4, where you would bet X amount to win X amount to profit X amount, which is still the $5. But since you've skipped this wager becomes part of your profit. Okay? But also replaces these bets. But these are not part of your profit because you've already wagered them. You're not wagering roll number 3 wager, but if you carried the progression out and it was 4 and whatever it may be, you win this. So that's a single ABS win. So you're jumping 1. A double would be, you would jump 3 to, you would jump to the third, you would jump 2 rolls. Then you would still get the $5 profit based on that. Plus you would win this and that. And these 2 bets would be replaced and you would start the system over. So again, as you look at it, if you know for sure, and let's say this is the top of the table, you're at a $500 table, because the max bet, let's say right now, is $320. Okay? Now, if you were at a $500 table, maybe you could reverse engineer this and put $500 as the max bet and back it up. But this progression is just theorized. It doesn't reflect anything. It's just, I'm just putting it out there that this is the last bet in this series that you can make at this table minimum. And if you, let's just say, for whatever reason, you didn't hit this, it wasn't actually a 3-roll win consistently. Let's say it was a 4. You would have to go to another, lay off the betting, and then continue it on a higher table. But anyhow, so you would go lose, lose, win, and then you would win these 3 bets and replace these. These are winning bets, but you spent them. You never spent these. So in accelerating betting scheduling, you're actually reducing bankroll exposure because you're not making these bets, these 3 wagers to do a triple or a quadruple, whatever. You're not exposing them that much just to say, oh, well, it does actually go out to 6 or whatever, or 5. But I'm just saying, in theory, 3 rolls. So you're not risking this, so you're not exposing your bankroll. Plus, you're accelerating your profitable wins because this money gets replaced, but you never spent it. So if you think about it, you're making 160, 80 to 40 plus another 40. So 200 and whatever plus the 5. That's accelerated betting schedules in a nutshell. Another thing you could also do, and let's say you hit one. Let's say you go miss, miss, win. I may just come back to this bet and call it another miss, and then again jump to this. So then I get paid on this one, this one, this one, replace that one, and win that on top of it too. Or I could jump to, let's say, this one. Maybe I'll hit it, maybe I won't. If I hit it, I get the $5 plus these two because I didn't bet them. So I'd get 5, 15, and 20 as a win. Because if you're winning in 3 rolls, you're going to consistently win in the first 2 rolls. You're going to have to sit and patiently wait to get in a position like this, especially if you have a very solid progression or martingale system that wins within the first 1 or 2 rolls. So you have to sit and patiently wait for the right situation to arise to make the jump to an accelerated bet. So that's that in a nutshell. So you could do this just about with any system. And this progression could go out if you want to play $100 tables or a $1,000 table or a private table. As long as you figure out the progression, and it doesn't have to be a $5 win. It could be the first 4 could be all within $10, and then as you go down, you could reduce it by 5, or as long as you show a profit. Actually, I ran a system at one time where I don't remember what it was, but it was quite a few rolls and a lot of memorization. But it worked out, but it was a very long one, not compared to what I'm running today. Now I'm losing my train of thought, but it ended up, oh yeah, the higher I got, I think after roll, I figured out the sweet spot in the progression where a decision should be made by a certain point. Let's call it, let's just say it was 11 rolls, 9, let's say 9 rolls, okay? Each one of them at 9 rolls, let's just say it was $15 win on the progression. I don't remember what it was, but let's say it was a $15 win up until I crossed the sweet spot. I compressed it then down to from 15 maybe down to 10 or 5 or whatever it is. Even if on this roll you're still saying, I bet this much to win this much to profit $1, or even not even profit anything. Finally, to break even. Let's say that's the case. You know, again, lose, win. Profit $1, profit, replace, start over. Win, lose, win, lose. You know, you're gonna stay in the beginning of your thing, and you have to constantly, don't deviate from it, don't change it, don't add to it, but just consistently and patiently wait for the opportunity or the magic stars to align. So even if you're compressing your wagering, and in my one system, I do have a compression area where I really don't reduce the bet. The wager profit amount, the profit I make on it. I make a different type of an adjustment, and I may discuss that later in the future. So All right, so I think I tried to explain it the best that I can. I find a few really good things about this, of accelerating betting schedules. The biggest one, again, is people frown upon martingale systems. Why, I don't know. I can understand there are losers ones out there. I've ran a few. But again, I guess that's a downfall on it. It's a martingale or a progressive strategy, kind of the same thing. The positive about it is um, when you accelerate your bets and you patiently, it gives you discipline. It gives you, gives you time to think. Bankroll exposure isn't there. Obviously, you're exposing yourself to larger bets, but if you consistently know you can win within X amount of rolls, why wouldn't you expand it instead of staying at the lower level where you're only, miss, win, miss, win, and you're only winning $5 to get back to that. Of course, there's a lot of, again, martingale systems that don't show it consistently, and making a jump like that could and may put your bankroll at an exposure and a good chance of a loss. You just have to have a very solid martingale system or progressive system. So if anybody really has any questions other than really what my run and gun magic consists of, and again, when I play my progressive hopping strategy, I have a win goal of $500 to $200. I usually wait to get up there above 150, and then I wait to either 7 out or hit the point, and then I lose. If I should patiently wait, and usually my play will evolve, and it depends. For $150 to $200, you're probably at times can look at less than 9 up to 16 rolls. Just depends. And even in that case, I'm not. The more wins I have in a session or a hand or when I'm playing, the more I'm winning that $5 or the minimum profit that I'm set into the strategy itself to do it. So if I'm winning within rolls 1 and 2 consistently back and forth, and I'm not able to make my jump, plus I'm making different wagers within this part of the structure, okay? These aren't the only ones that I rely on the run and gun magic. There's also, I run one called the parlay vortex, again, which is a little different, which is kind of based on the run and gun magic, which again also has accelerated betting schedules, but has a chance to almost parlay every time the dice roll. It's a whole different animal in itself. So a lot of this does happen. I would look for or try and make a martingale that probably is going to consistently win within the first. That's where I'm at in the small trends that I've seen and how I play this, and the risk of my game right now. My live game, I don't get into the triples and the quads. I do singles and doubles. And if I hit one of them within the beginning of the thing, and then I play it out, whether it's a $500 or $1,000. My win goal has been hit, and as soon as I get a point or a 7, I'm still out the door regardless of how it is. And generally, if I do hit one of those, and I probably will hit 1 a night, 2 a night, maybe, if I want to keep playing. But I just kind of hit a win goal, maybe go to another casino. If I hit a big ABS win, I may cut it off for the night and just go out and enjoy myself with my gal and go do something or whatever it is, or plan for a weekend or whatever it may be, or help out a friend. That's a lot of things I do. I don't just enhance my lifestyle with my play and the people around me, but I help my friends out a lot in this town, pay people's rent, whatever it may be, borrow money. But they know I'm a consistent winner at this game. People have watched me play. They don't understand it. Very few people do. It is a strategy that has taken many years to figure. Pounded on the math. I didn't have, when I developed this, I did not have anything like Crapsy or Win Craps, which is greatly, in my opinion, has made considerable advantages. Instead of sitting at a spreadsheet for hours and hours, I can sit and plug in some rolls and I'm, oh, that won't work. I got to do this, got to increase, it's so much easier to sit and, even though a spreadsheet, you put the number in, it automatic, as long as your sequences or your math or your programming for your cell box is correct and you do it correctly, it goes fairly fast, but you still gotta sit and figure and math. Oh, that one didn't work and I got to this level. It was hard work. So you always want, people get offended why, kind of like, you should share this with everybody. Well, it's a lot of hard work to sit down and figure out a strategy. Fail time after time. Yeah, I might have been winning, but it was long, drawn out. My kung fu is better than your kung fu. You have to have the experience. You gotta sit at the table. You gotta know your call outs. You gotta understand your odds, your payouts. You can't just go to the casino the one day and go, oh, I'm going to take a class by the casino and they're going to teach me how to play craps. But what do? Pass line with full odds and maybe one come bet. Don't play these, don't do this, you should just do the pass line. But we all know that's, in the long run, what you would consider a losing strategy. So, anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope it was educational and informational, and it kind of explained how accelerating betting schedule works. But I like the fact of all the pros to it versus the one con. It is tied to martingale playing. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you all very, very soon. Sorry it's been a long time since I've been on, but it's springtime again. My job has a new rollout. We had to learn a lot of stuff. Our product line changes every year. Gotta learn the new shit for selling and go over the old shit that we learned before. But it's what I love. So, all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Talk to y'all and see y'all very, very soon.